lovely day. I thought we'd go live just for a bit. So we kind of turned into civil engineers. So the development's almost finished, but tomorrow, as I understand, they're coming to sort of do the front of the house here and give us some plants and trees and stuff that will go in. But we're not entirely sure what's happening with this, which is sort of the off-road drainage. And as I'm not a civil engineer, I don't really have a clue. So kind of looking at YouTube and various other options, but we think we're going to put some kind of cement pipe in and then stones over the top. But everybody's here doing the same thing. But that's tomorrow. Today I'm off for a wander. Don't know where I'm going. I've no idea where I'm going. We'll see. Let's sort out some settings first. We're just going to look at the ground for a minute while I muck around with this. There we go. Right. Now, as you'll probably see, this estate is still in development and some people have started doing various edgings and stones, etc. But everybody's sort of doing a different thing. And that's because we're built on a hill, so everybody's drainage situation, I suppose, is different. At the bottom of the hill, they've got to worry a lot more about it than we have, for example. At the top of the hill, don't get any water at all, really. So, I quite like this approach, which is concrete everywhere. Just needs prettying up, doesn't it? Or it's painted or something, I don't know. But ultimately, it'll all be grown over and plants and trees and various things. But like I say, I thought we'd go for a wander, have a look at Russian village. We're on the edge of the village, on a new development, and there's another new development across the road from us, and that's going up really quick. And certainly in this area, houses, well, they sell really fast. I recently went into the town of Anapa to look at some apartments that are built there, and there's 6 blocks with about 300 apartments in each block, so a total of 1,800, do the maths. And they've probably been built over the last 2 years maybe. And we went to the developer and said, you know, can I have a look around and have a look at your apartments and that. And they haven't got any. They got 3 left. So out of 1,800 units, they've got 3. So did a little video of a 1-bedroom apartment in an unfinished state and one of a finished internally, and like a brief video of around the area, which is on my Telegram channel. And it just gives you an idea of how something might be finished here in Russia as opposed to the UK, for sure. You know, in the UK, you buy a house or a property, it comes with a kitchen and a bathroom and doors and lights and things like that. Here in Russia, you can have it like that, for sure. But more often than not, people will buy properties in the grey, what's called in the grey, and they are literally just concrete block on the inside of the house. No plastering, no floors, no ceilings, no doors, just weatherproof. So, completely different mindset to the UK, and there's many reasons for it. I've discussed that before. But the main purpose is everybody's different. Everybody can have a choice and do things how they want and at the speed they want and at the cost they want, rather than going to a developer being told that's how much the house is and that's it, done. You know, you're always overpaying for a kitchen that's in a house that you buy brand new. Same with the bathroom, etc, etc. So it's a good way of buying a property if you're doing it on a budget or you're doing it long term. Anyhow, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the wander. No idea where we're going. No idea how long we're going to be. So let's go out and find it. I need a load of that. I need that for my drainage dishes. Better order some. Where am I? I'm in Russia. This is Russia. Blue skies, sunshine. And this is the main road into the village where I live. I suppose in the UK you might call this a small town. That's probably a different terminology. In the UK we think a village is about 50 houses at most, which it is in the UK, let's face it. But out here, no. You do get very, very small rural developments, I suppose, with a few houses, but generally a village is really a small town. So, like I say, there's the main road going into what we call the village, and the other way is to the town of Anapa, which is on the coast of the Black Sea, about 60 miles from Crimea. I just thought I'd bring you along today. Well, it's a lovely day, nice and sunny. I'll bring you along, show you warts and all, the good, the bad and the ugly, as Clint Eastwood might well have said one day, but he probably didn't. You know what I mean? And there's the ugly. There's a good example. And I won't say you see this sort of thing all over the place, but certainly derelict buildings on land, unfinished buildings, very, very common, very common. Land is getting more of a premium in this area as prices start to rise, but historically it's a big country, so land hasn't had the value. Now there's a property in the grey. I don't like trespassing, so I won't go in, but that's all just weatherproof effectively. It's got a roof on, it's got windows in it, but that's it. No floors, no ceilings, no sockets. So very alien to us in the UK. Pension news, good day to you too. NMC, thumbs up, hi. Is it close to the sea? Oh yes, about that way, about 15 kilometres. So close enough to visit, far enough away to avoid the storms. So, like I say, I've no idea where I'm going to go. Just going to walk along the main road for a bit, I think, till I get to this side of the town, maybe where the centre of the town is, and the village. Walk around the park maybe, and then round the back streets. Show you a little bit of urban Russia. One of the things I love about Russia is it's always different whenever you go out. There's such a huge variety of properties. No two properties are the same. Even on our development, which is all built by one developer, every house is different. And that's mainly because whilst you might pick a house from, say, a catalogue, let's be crude, and say, I want that one, you'll customise it to your own needs, and everybody does. And even if it's just a small alteration, like maybe moving a utility room or extending a terrace, or a drastic alteration like we've done where everything in our house was redesigned and moved, and garages put on, and saunas and swimming pools and terraces, but we started with an initial basic idea. So what you end up with is a development with similar colour houses, but that's where the similarity ends. That's quite a big property. So you'll get houses that look similar, similar colour bricks, similar colour roofs, but beyond that, let's go over this side for a bit. That's where the similarity ends. Like I say, everybody just tweaks the house to suit themselves. So, quick sprint across the road so I don't get run over. So So you end up with a very, very eclectic neighbourhood, and that's what I love. I really got to a point, I think, in the UK where housing developments, you know, your Woodrows and your Taylor Wimpey's and all the rest, they just looked so samey. Even on the ones that they tried to make look different, it was just the same old format. Nowhere to park, tiny little front garden, a bit of a back garden to say you've got something, or, you know, a big development of townhouses where you've got a postage stamp front and rear. And I just got fed up with it. And coming here, it's just nothing like that. Everything is so different, and we've got the hills in the background, house being built there. There's always something being built, and it's just nice to go and wander around, not necessarily next to the main road, admittedly, but you know, I've got to travel this road till I get to where I want to go. But it's just nice to see something new, a little treat for your eyes, rather than walking around. You know, I used to walk around my estate, and it was, you know, the same thing, you know, same house. Oh, they've got a slightly different garden or a different colour front door, but apart from that, same. And that's what I love here. Every time I go out, there's something new, there's something different. You see something, not necessarily that it's popped up, but you just see more. You just see something different. So, from what I've noticed, roofs on houses out here tend to be made of metal sheet, to look like tiles, or the older pre-revolution stuff is asbestos sheets, which obviously in the UK we'll be screaming about asbestos, oh my god. But there are different types of asbestos, we have to remember. But we'll be going sort of in this way a bit in a while. Let's get around here. Cross over the river. Right, let's have a quickie looky. The Top G, hi, from Scotland I think that is. Good afternoon, sir. Sergey, nice to see you. Why you in Russia, you live and work? I'm guessing you mean while I'm in Russia, do I? Well, I live in Russia, moved from the UK. I don't work. My visa wouldn't permit me to work. That's the excuse that I use to not work. You're from China, cool. Where is it in Russia? So this is a little village outside a town called Anapa, which is on the coast of the Black Sea, about 300 kilometers north from Sochi, and about, if we do it in miles, 60 miles along the coast from Crimea and Kerch. I'm sure you've all heard of that. And yeah, we're just inland a bit from Anapa. Top G, get a big babushka. I don't know why I'd want a big granny, but thank you. Wow, this is nice. I just found you on YouTube. The view is wider here. I'm planning on moving to Russia in 3 or 4 years. Alex, join my channel. Join the Telegram group. If your plan is to come to Russia, I'm so lucky with my Telegram group. I've got such a good bunch of people in there. Very knowledgeable people. No such thing as a stupid question, and that's the good thing that I like about my chat, is you don't get shot down for, you know, asking what you might deem to be a stupid question. So this property really intrigues me. It's got to a point where it's got a roof on and windows ish, and that's it. It's just stopped. But it's a really cool looking property. 2-car garage. But that's it, ground to a halt. Could be a million reasons out here in Russia why that happens. It's not something we see in the UK, because the minute somebody runs out of money or there's a death or whatever, that property will be sold and snapped up and then built. Well, out here, nope, it doesn't work like that. There can be 100 reasons why properties stop mid-development. Let's cut this way. We kind of do a loop round, I think. The wife will be happy. I'll be getting the steps in. Yeah, so as I was saying, Alex, join my Telegram group, and I'm sure we can answer any questions you may have, or maybe help you. Ray Wasabi. Hello, Ray. From Osaka. Japan? Don't know, I might be wrong. Just stumbled across this live, enjoying the content, mate. Love from Liverpool. Mojo Filter. Thank you, sir. Been to Liverpool many times. Noisy in the rain. No. You're talking about the metal roofs. No, that's the weird thing. Haven't noticed that. That was one of the things I thought. There's another unfinished property, look. Big arches. Looks really cool. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. But it I don't know, maybe I'm just tuned into it now. I don't know, but I certainly haven't thought that. Russian houses, or certainly where we are very well insulated. They're very sturdy. It's like the bricks, the brickwork. The bricks out here are bigger than we're used to in the UK, and that's the same with the blocks as well. I think blocks in the UK are about 300 long. I think they're 500 out here. It's just bigger anyway. The inner block work and the outer bricks. And they're a lot wider, so you end up with quite a solid sort of structure. And concrete floors, that's the other thing as well. None of this, like my house was, tongue and groove chipboard for the floors. No. With concrete floors on the ground floor and on the first floor. I see weeping willow trees. Mary, you very likely do. I am not green-fingered. That's the wife's idea. Of a tree like that. What if you even talking about, mate? Well, I don't know. You might need to retype that sentence so I know what you're talking about. Alex, you'll be retired hopefully. Well, I am. Enjoying retirement. British Columbia in Canada. Wow. Napa, that's a nice place to be. I have relatives in Crimea. Ilya. Yeah, we love it here. We really do. Absolutely love it. Love being close to the sea. The fact that I can go to the sea and walk into the sea and have dolphins swimming around my legs just blows my mind. I think that's, yeah. If you're unsure what I'm talking about, just have a look at a Napa on YouTube. There's thousands of videos. A-N-A-P-A if you type it in English. Spelled the same way in Russian, but you'll need to use the Cyrillic alphabet. But yeah, you can effectively walk into the beach, walk into the sea, sorry, from the beach, only in 18 inches of water, and have dolphins swimming around your legs. That, and we probably enjoy over 300 days a year of sunshine. And we're in a wine region, So we're surrounded by vineyards. Again, look at my channel, there's multiple videos of vineyards where we live, and there's just so much to see and do here, and that's what you get a lot of. You get a brand new build next to an old build. Very normal, and that's as Russia, I think, is developing. You know, as the older buildings fall down, or the people that live in them move away, or perhaps pass away, then those properties get handed down, and maybe the kids redevelop them, or they sell them and then it gets redeveloped. So you find literally things that look like sheds next to brand new builds. I moved from Russia to UK about 10 years ago. Oh, Ilya. But about 10 years ago, yeah, probably looked quite an attractive, or maybe an attractive deal. Don't know, it's probably 50-50 then. But I'll tell you now, you probably want to come back this way. All right, I'm going to go down here. I've been down here. Privyet. Can't read your name in this light. I probably couldn't anyway, it's in Russian. Not left, not right. UK here. Hi. What's the weather like? This is what mine's like. I'm hot. I'm going to be down into a t-shirt soon. That's a kind of cool wall. I like that. Again, that's another thing you'll find in Russia. You'll find a nice wall, gates and everything, and then you'll find a house very, very sort of basic. And you think, well, the money you spent on the walls and the gates and everything, you could have made a nicer house. But, you know, I don't really think like that. The house is for a reason. Put a roof over your head. If it does that, 2/3 of the way there. Alex, yes, I'm glad I found you. The top G, money issues. In what regard? I don't know if that's a statement or a question. Money issues. Your money goes a lot further in Russia. Is that gas pipes? Yes. Again, you know, I've had this discussion before when I wandered around the village. Not something we see at all in the UK, but completely normal out here. And when they get to a road or something, then they go up over it like that. Completely normal. And when I first came here, I looked at that, coming from a Western mindset, I looked at that and went, oh my God, that looks terrible. But once you move away from your immediate thought of how it looks, think how easy it is to work on. Think how easy it is to connect a new house or to repair it. Think of the disruption or lack of disruption. You know, if that went under the road and they had to repair it, you'd be stopping the traffic, diverting the traffic lights in, digging the road up for 3 weeks, blah, blah, blah. Whereas here, they just turn the valve off at the end of the pipe, turn the valve off at the other end, purge it, cut it in half, weld a new bit in, turn the gas back on. Done in half a day. And the same with connecting to the houses. Oh, man chopping up some wood for winter. So what they'll do is they'll build a house and then they'll back engineer the gas out. So it'll come out from the property, from the meter, it'll come out to the outside of the house, and then the final connection is done by the gas board when all the paperwork's been complete. The gas company comes along, and I think in our estate they did it in a day. They just came round in a day with a team and just went round to everybody that has connected or, you know, filled out their paperwork and connected everybody. Real simple process. Just chop the pipes up, weld them back together, turn the gas on. So in a day we had gas. What with all the gas pipes everywhere? Like I say, completely normal. County Durham, northeast of England. Not been there. Why am I in Russia? Oh dear, that's a broad question. Why? Why not? I suppose that's an easy response, isn't it? Why not? Why am I in Russia? I came here in October 2021 on holiday. On a holiday that I didn't want to come on with my wife. But, you know, she wanted to show me where she lived. And I didn't want to see it. But after months of persuasion, there's some ducks there, look. And you'll notice a lot of stuff here in Russia. Sorry, I'm going to digress here. Because they're not stolen, they're right next to the road. Whereas in the UK, they'd have to be in a proper fence and caged in and bricks and God knows what else. Whereas here, nobody's going to cut the fence and steal them. It's the same with your sand. If you have sand delivered for building, they just put it outside your house. Don't need to put it anywhere else because nobody's going to come along and steal it. Same with all building materials, to be honest. Yeah, so I came here in 2021. Had my world completely turned upside down. Fell in love with the country, fell in love with the people. The people were incredibly nice to me. And then we decided to build a house here. And then that led to us moving here. It wasn't the plan when we decided to build the house, but the plan was going to be, definitely Russia was going to be in our future. But we hadn't sort of made a commitment to move here full time at that point. New Holland tractor, anyone? So yeah, there's the why. Came here, fell in love. I think I said in one of my early videos, I fell in love and came to Russia, and I came to Russia and fell in love. Oh, nice Buhanka, look. With off-road tyres. Oh, it's nice down there. Let's wander down here. Never been down here. I'm in new territory, so you're seeing new stuff like I am. And as I say, you get new next to old here. So that's a really nice looking property. So is that one. And then we got this behind the fence. Completely normal. Carports are very normal out here as well. Pretty much most people have a nice carport of some description. We decided to go for a garage instead, which most people don't do. Which I find a bit strange, because if you've got a garage, you can carry on working and doing bits and pieces during the winter. Maybe that's why the guys don't build garages. The wives can't peck them to go outside and do work. Maybe they're smarter than I am. Very quiet. Who, me? They'll be using imperial bricks still. No idea, mate. Never measured them. But all measurements out here are metric. You know, everything is weighed in grams and kilograms, and everything's measured in centimetres and metres. I hear that plumbing is an issue in rural Russia. In what regard? I haven't found that. In fact, I've found with trades, plumbers, electricians, they're very, very easy to get hold of. Incredibly easy to get hold of. You don't wait weeks and weeks. And it's a completely different way of plumbing out here. In the UK, it's all copper pipe. a bit of, what do they call it, hep 2 or something, HEPA. Very thin ball plastic, whereas everything out here is plastic. So everybody has a little plastic welder, and you just plastic weld the pipes together. It's the easiest thing to do. Dead easy. Some of the older properties, they just run the pipes down the wall. It looks a bit unsightly, but in the new ones, they hide them in the wall now, or they box them in corners and stuff. Our house, you can't see any of the pipe work, for example, but if you bought an older style flat or apartment, you'd probably find some of the pipes are running down the outside of the wall. Right, let's have a little catch up. Plumbing, isn't it? Yeah. Russian homes are fortresses compared to the US homes. Yeah, indeed. Would be nice to buy urban land there, but foreigners aren't allowed, unfortunately. No, incorrect. Foreigners are, except certain coastal regions. So, as a foreigner, you can't buy land within 100 kilometres of the sea. Yeah, I want to go this way. Little area for the kiddies. Yeah, so you can't buy land within 100 kilometres of the sea. So in Krasnodar region, I think that's about 13 districts from Sochi up to Crimea. So foreigners couldn't buy that. But if you come inland 60 miles, then you can. Or you can buy an apartment. Because it's not land ownership, you can buy that. It looks so nice there. It's Mary, I've got to say, it's lovely. You know, people are going to look at these, like these sort of things, and think, oh my God, but that's empty, it's derelict. That's not, you know, so Russia is constantly expanding. Construction is ongoing all the time. And what it looks like now is different to 10 years ago, and in 10 years' time it'll look completely different again. It's just permanent builds everywhere. 2 new properties being built there. They're underway, those 2. Again in the grey, watertight, windows in, no interiors. So maybe they're for sale, or maybe they're just being built as summer residences. Again, building materials just sat outside, perfectly normal. Tidy, yeah. Well, I was back in the UK in May, and yeah, it's just appalling what's happening in the towns. Grumpy dogs. Yeah, it's just appalling what happens in the towns. In a way, they're just public services, the money's been cut. This way, I think. So yeah, there's no money to keep the place clean and tidy. Wish I was there with you going for a nice walk. Yeah, I don't know about a nice walk. I'm not a fan of walking. There's a reason for that. Somebody invented an internal combustion engine. He was a genius. So, yeah, not a great fan of walking. My wife insists that I do it. Something about prolonging my life. I don't know why she wants to do that. Anyhow, stop puffing. Love the quiet time. It's so busy here, really. Yeah, I'm not a city person, so if you're living in a large town or a city, well, that's not for me. I like to hear the trees rustling. Top G, that's true with the gas pipes. Yeah, it is. Gas is way too expensive. Not here, it ain't. My gas bill for last month, you better sit down for this, I think it was about 70 pence. I forget because it's so insignificant, I don't take any notice. Yes, I did say 70 pence, and yes, I did say for the month. Yeah, how'd you like them apples, people? So some of you might not like the ugly gas pipe, but at 70 pence a month, I love it. Absolutely love it. I think it's wonderful. Some say everything's overpriced in an APA. Is that true? What's your base setting? Compared to what? Compared to somebody living in a tiny village in Africa? Of course it is. Compared to Moscow? No. It's a seaside resort town in the south of Russia, so still under massive development. Prices do fluctuate, but as I said with the gas, 70 pence. So, you know, if you pay a bit more for food and you offset that against your gas bill, you don't really care, do you? But bread, loaf of bread, about 30 pence. Litre and a half of milk. I think it's a litre and a half we buy. About a litre and a half of milk is about £1, somewhere around there. Eating out, 25 to 30 pounds for 2 people for the evening. Property prices here are going up all the time, and there is what they're now calling new Anapa. There is plans for a very big, massive town just along the coast, which, like I say, some people are now calling new Anapa. So there's a brand new build. Look at that, lovely. And that's obviously having an effect on prices in the area, I would guess. Not a real estate agent, so I don't really know. I'm just assuming. You know what I say about assuming. So, where am I? Oh dear, we've got lovely hills in the distance. Beautiful scenery around here. Let's head this way now. KM, it looks very beautiful there, yes. It looks so safe there. Mary, nail on the head. Absolutely it is. I'm an Englishman that doesn't speak Russian. Walking around on my own. And I can do this at 2 o'clock in the morning. And no, I'm not kidding. And the same in the town, in Anapa. We have frequently walked around in the early hours, around the back streets. Even the unlit back streets. Completely safe. Safest country I have ever visited or ever been in, and I've been to a lot. Yeah, it's an organic lawnmower, otherwise known as a cow. It's kind of cool. Plenty of wood chopped up for the winter. As I've said many times, Russians for me are the best recyclers in the world. Nothing goes to waste here. Everything gets recycled and used. And very much a philosophy of, if something breaks, repair it, not throw it away and buy a new one, which is what we've been educated into doing in the West. I'll just go and buy a new one. No. Electricity substation. And power going off everywhere. Yeah. That's being lived in, that one. Curtains up. Still in the grey. Again, all different states of development. You know, whoever built that house has done it on a budget. They've got a roof, they've got windows. Good enough. There you go. There's another one started at some point, and that's as far as it's got. It might stay like that for 5 years and then suddenly be built in 6 months. Opposite that, what a beauty. Lovely carport, look at that one. Can't zoom out anymore, sorry. But nice property, very nice. Nice plot, next to a gas, I'd call it a substation, but that's not correct. A gas pipe, again all out the ground. If you need to turn the valves off or work on the system, there it is. Haven't got to dig the road up. Sounds like a good idea to me. But you must remember it doesn't look very pretty. You also must remember, as I said several times, 70 pence a month for gas. Just squint a bit and pay 70 pence a month if it bothers you that much. Is it expensive? Anything in particular? No, I wouldn't say so. Compared to the West, no. For Russians, sure, of course. Same in any country, isn't it? If you're native there and you work there, you know, everything's relative. But if you're fortunate enough to come from the West with Western money, your money goes a long way out here. I mean, the house that we have, if you look at my channel, you can see the outside, the inside. Done many videos about it. We've got a sauna, swimming pool. I think soon to be 5 showers. I don't know why we've got 5, but don't ask. And that house I could only dream of owning in the UK. I'd never earn enough money to afford it. In the UK, in my particular town, our house in one of the regions in my town would be close to £1 million. Out here, the equivalent of about 200 grand. What's 200 grand buy you in the UK? 1 bedroom flat? Yeah. Lady Samara. No idea what that is. Can you speak the language? Niet. I know a few words. I'm learning, or I'm trying to learn, but I'm old and I'm thick, so it's not the easiest thing. Lovely trees here. Awesome. Lots of conifers, nicely shaped, fir trees. Oh wow. Yeah, that's beautiful. Really nice. And these are all nice. Again, very common down here in the south. People will use their carport to grow grapes. So you'll see the grapevines, obviously not this time of year, but yeah, you use the carport to grow grapes. And grapes here grow like weeds, hence the reason it's a wine region. Very easy to make wine here, and champagne. And cherries and peaches. We've got cherries and peaches in the garden. Plums, apples, everything like that. Just grows side of the road. Walnuts grow on the side of the road. Amazing. Now, Swingmet Road. Oh, I know where I am. Blimey, I've walked right through the town, but the back roads. Now, I can continue sort of on an urban direction that way. I can go that way into the village, about half a mile. I'm not going that way up into the hills, because that's out into the countryside, and that will take me a long time. So, I think we'll head towards the village, so you can see village life. So again, another main road in and out of the village, and that way eventually we'll head to Novorossiysk. So the other side of those hills, keep going 30 kilometres, come to a massive port town called Novorossiysk. Is it true vodka is cheaper than water? No. Another Western urban myth. You have water machines here. Obviously you have water coming out of the tap. We've got the cleanest, purest water I've ever had, because it comes from a well straight out of the ground. So Wild Breeze, it's kind of like Amazon and eBay all rolled into one, and then mixed with a retail outlet, and they're everywhere. Wild Breeze and Azon, they're everywhere. There now, there's Azon over there. They're everywhere. Probably half a dozen of each in our village alone. But that's a whole other video. But no, water. We had a well drilled in our garden, 15 metres down. That's nice. Nice. And yeah, once you pay for the well to be drilled, that's it, water's free. I think similar in the States. I think that's quite common in the States. It's not in the UK, we don't do it. All our water has to come out the mains, apparently, because the water board own it, allegedly. It doesn't belong to God, and just because it lands on your land doesn't belong to you either. It belongs to the water board. Another great scam. Not here. I'm trying to learn Russian. Alex, you need to click on the link in my description, or join the Telegram. Plastic Russian channel was partnered with a Russian tutor who teaches Russian to English speakers. She speaks absolutely beautiful English herself, and she teaches English to Russians. Qualified tutor. It's got an amazing platform, brilliant. You just need a web link, and then you can literally tailor a lesson to how you want. Amazing. So if you're looking to learn Russian, click on the link in my description, join the Telegram channel. Either of those two options, and have a chat to the lovely Oksana. Hi, what state are you in? Well, I'm not pissed, so I'd say reasonably good state. I won't say I'm fit and healthy, because I'm old, but I'm all right. And as you can probably tell, I'm English, because I've managed to maintain my sarcastic sarcasm. So I'm not in a state. This isn't the United States. I'm in a region in Russia. This region is called Krasnodarsky Krai, and I am just outside a town called Anapa, which is on the coast of the Black Sea. If you look on Google Maps, type in ANAPA, you'll see where I am. It's a lovely day, cracking day. All right, let's try and catch up with some. Were the stolen ballots that gave Trump victory? I don't think they could have, no matter how much it got twisted and manipulated, I don't think they could have stopped that pretty much inevitable outcome. Do we want to talk Trump and politics? I don't care. Why not? Some people say it's brilliant for Russia. Some people say it's terrible for Russia. Personally, I think forget Trump, forget Harris. Did you want the current situation to continue? Change nothing and nothing will change. So something needed to change. So that then brings in Trump-Harris. Harris? Seriously? Madam Word Salad? Come on. Let's be real. Just be an exact continuation. It's just a figurehead. Nothing that comes out of her mouth is her own thoughts. Might be her words trying to interpret it. Hence the reason it gets into a car crash sometimes, but no, there was only one choice. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say that's still the best choice. It's the lesser of two evils. Little local fruit and veg shop, one of many. You can always buy fresh fruit and veg. in Russia. It's all grown in the hills around us. As we get into the villages, there's more and more. There's farmers markets and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, sorry about my "hi, what state are you in?" It's just my English sense of humour. Oh, boy racer there, look. With his blow-off valve. Not one person around, it's like a ghost town. No, it's a working day. And when you're walking around the back streets of the villages, then no, there's not one person around, because they're either at work or they're retired, enjoying their retirement. If I lose sound, let me know, and then you'll have to put up with wind noise. So this is a place we frequent a lot, and it's, I can't remember the translation, but it's basically home stuff. Anything you're doing around the house, you've got a little housing project, a little building project at home, whether it's plumbing, electrical, garden, you can find the tools for it and the materials in that place. Amazing shop. The people are lovely in there. I should really go in there, actually. They are so nice, so friendly, so helpful to me. Very humbling. So we've got a couple of schools. We'll go past one of the schools about 5 minutes. It's being refurbished at the moment, so all the kids are being bused to another school, and the current school is being completely refurbished. New roof, new windows, decorations, not decorations for Christmas, but redecorating. And once that's done, it'll obviously reopen, the kids will come back, and then the second school, as I understand, they will then move their kids over to this school, and then the second school will be knocked down and completely rebuilt. Russians like to grow things. So pretty much everybody grows stuff in their garden. We're kind of a bit unusual in the fact that we don't. Well, we do, we grow stuff. Just according to the missus, I can't eat most of it. Which, I can't see the point of growing it if I can't eat it, but something to do with making the place look nice. Don't know. Right, I'm going to stop here for a minute and just make sure that I'm not getting too out of the way of the chat. Yeah, it's definitely not a ghost town, but it is a normal working day. Pothole repair, not a thing in Russia. It is on the main roads. On the back roads, no. Thank you for the beautiful tour. Mary, you're absolutely welcome. Is it cold there now? T-shirt, and I am hot. I've got this hoodie on, but it's unzipped, and I am hot. Sorry about the goggles. I can't see a bloody thing without them. Well, not to read anyway. Right. So no, it's not cold. It's lovely and warm. Probably 15 degrees, I suppose, something like that. I guess not wonderful. Not what we used to anyway. Right, let's turn you guys around. You don't want to look at my face anymore. Right. Thanks for the walk and talk tour with all the info. Alex, you're absolutely welcome. Aussie comrade in Russia. No snow down here, mate. No. No, we do get snow, but nothing like the northern regions. I think our winters here in Napa are more like a winter in the UK. So some years we get snow, some years we get a tiny little dust of it. Plumbing shop. Again, lots of stuff in there, very helpful. Water filtration system. That's a water station, open 24/7. Just walk up to it if you want you know, super clean water. I mean, you can drink it out of the tap, but I wouldn't recommend it. You probably want to filter it. But our water comes out of a well and then goes through multiple filtration. So our water is amazing. But if it wasn't, we would probably buy it out of these stations if we didn't have a filtration system. And about 25 litres is around 100 rubles. If you go to that and fill it yourself like that gentleman was just doing. So about £1 for 25 litres. So going back to the earlier question about water and vodka. No. It's not. Right, I'm going to carry on down this way with this. Man, it reminds me of the time I was a little girl visiting my grandma's place in British. Cool. And they tore down the house and built townhouses. It's awful now. Well, yeah, trouble when you've got small areas. Like Canada's a massive land area, but they live in, was it something like 5% of the land area is inhabited. It's something crazy, isn't it, in Canada? Most of it's uninhabited. So, of course, they cram it into the areas. So you're all living in a shoebox. Did go to Canada. I went to Whistler and Vancouver. Too many people here now. We don't feel safe here anymore. Yeah. So opposite's a dance studio for kids. Most things for kids are free outside of school, after school clubs, etc. You can do boxing, you know, various martial arts, dancing for the ladies and the boys, of course, if you want to do that. Yeah, lots of things. Civic duty kind of stuff as well. So local Kazakh, you can join that, which is, I don't really know anything about it, but it's like civil defence, I suppose. Somebody will tell me what the Kazakhs are. Again, really nice people. One of the Kazakhs local to us, has come round and helped with the garden a few times and dug it up with his tractor. Lovely. Some more shops just out of the blue. Coffee Lorraine, or Cafe Lorraine. And then we've got the standard Petrishka, which number 5 there, for all my English speakers, is, it's like a, I suppose in the States you'd call it a 7-Eleven. We call it like a mini Tesco Express or something like that. But they're everywhere. That and a Magnet, they're everywhere. And then we've got a fish shop over here. Get some fish. Got beer, car parts. I'm going to sit in the park in a minute and catch up with questions. I might only be a few behind, but I might be 50 behind, so bear with me. So everything for your banya in that shop. So banya is, it's almost religious out here. Log-fired sauna if you want to be inaccurate, but everything for your sauna stroke banya in that shop. All the wood to clad it on the inside, heaters, various building equipment, blah blah blah. So here, farmers market, which is closed today. It's closed this afternoon. I think it's open every day, but I think 1 or 2 days it closes mid-afternoon. Kids are coming out of school. And out here, pedestrian crossings are the law. Car drivers stop for them. And pedestrians will literally just walk straight out. They won't stop and wait to be let out. They will just walk out. Like this gentleman here. Here he goes. Look. And this lady. Everybody. Traffic stopped now, but you know, they don't care. They will just walk because they're so used to it. They're so used to people understanding that you have to stop on a pedestrian crossing. And all the car drivers do the same. You watch this girl. She'll probably look at her phone and walk out. There you go. There's none of this, oh, a car will let you across. There ain't none of that. And none of them run on the pedestrian crossing. They're not trying to get out your way. They will take their time. So the emphasis is very much on safety and for pedestrians, not car drivers. So here's our little village park, which we'll go and have a look around in a minute. But I'm going to sit down on a bench as soon as I find one. And I will catch up with the questions. I'm not on a pedestrian crossing, so nobody's going to stop for me. If I walk 10 yards that way, I will be. And that's probably what I'll have to do. Although I might skip across now. Here we go. A little bit cheeky. Oh, well, that's the other thing. Jaywalking. That's why nobody does it. You're not allowed to do it. No need to tell you what that is. Very, very big on respect. Respect for the dead. Find myself a little bench. Look at that. Bins. You know me and bins, if you're a regular viewer, do love a good bin. Second World War Memorial. And a local park and stage area. So they have a lot of events here in the village. Lots of concerts and shows, and this is where they're held. All free, of course. Right. Let me catch up with some of your questions. I'm going to reverse you now so I can see. Compare to average price in Russia. Sorry, Ilya, I can't remember the question you asked me. Is it expensive here compared to the average price in Russia? I don't know the average price in Russia. All I can tell you is my own knowledge of what I have encountered, and it's certainly cheaper here than it is in the West. Cheaper than Moscow, but yeah. I've come across my first clown. Ninja-roo, g'day mate. What you're showing me brings me so much happiness. I want to go back to those days. Thank you so much for the share. Mary, you're absolutely welcome. Are you on often? I try to be. If you have a look at my channel, have a subscribe. I try to do lives fairly often. But it really depends, you know, we're still building our house, or still developing our house, so we've got a lot to do. This makes me cry of beautiful memories. Oh, bless you. Sailor, hi. Sorry I'm so late catching up with these messages. Love that sidewalk, yeah. Palmetto Paratrooper, I want to edge and patch that sidewalk. Right, Russia is function over form. Does it work? Yes, good enough. That's kind of the mentality. In the city, you know, if you go to Moscow, well, they're probably going to worry out how pretty it is a lot more. But certainly out here in the villages and that, the important thing is whatever you're doing, that it works and it's functional. And if it's functional, then it might get prettied up one day, it might not. What's the name of this village? It's the village I live in, my village. No war in there. Don't know, not that I can see. No, I mean, if you listen to Western media, I'm sure you think I'm dodging missiles and bullets, but nope. I wish I could share this with my brother. He would love this as well. No reason you can't, Mary. It will be a video tomorrow. That's the thing with all lives. They turn into videos the next day. YouTube just does that. So if you want to see this again, if you want to fast forward and rewind it, watch it tomorrow. Oh, I've seen my second clown. And poof, gone. You can probably tell I don't debate idiots. There's no point. My dad told me that. What do you get if you argue with an idiot? Two idiots arguing. Benjamin, no war in there. I keep... Okay. I keep what? Charles, looks peaceful. Very. Just kids. Kids playing. Do you remember that in the West? Kids being able to go to the park on their own, without adult supervision, without fear of anything happening to them. Well, this is a park. It's a kids' playground. So it should be full of, yep, kids. That's exactly what it is. I keep asking you, but you ignore people. I don't ignore anyone, Benjamin. No war in there. You keep asking the same thing and I keep answering it. No war in there. No, there is no war here. I don't know what you're on about. Right. Oh, third clown. And... poof. Gone. F all politicians. Okay. Thanks for the statement. Benjamin, you are ignoring everyone. I am not ignoring anyone that I can see in my chat. If I can't see them in my chat, it's because I've blocked them. And if I've blocked them, it's because they're brain dead. Anyhow. Maybe it's his Wi-Fi. I'm not on Wi-Fi. Which country is this? This is Russia. Russia. Oh yes, it's cold. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it's cold to the locals. You've got to remember this region is late 30 degrees in the summer. So, for the locals, yeah, it's cold. For me, coming from the UK, yeah, feels like spring. Xmas is coming. Ask Santa for a gimbal. I've got two, Sailor. They're both at home. Because this is very impromptu. Wasn't planning on going for a wander. You have a lovely face. I have a face for radio. I am here to be a troll. Z2. Troll away. All trolls get a small chance. There is no more Canada, it's India 2.0. I think most Western countries are a massive melting pot of people thrown together without proper integration and without proper government support. They're just pushed together, and it's no surprise that they're falling apart. Z2, this really Russia? Yeah, let me zoom in on the shops over there, maybe you can read the writing. If I can stop shaking long enough. But yeah, that's really Russia. Yeah. What is the time there? It's 3 hours ahead of the UK. The time here is 3:45 PM. So it's the same time as Moscow. Sorry, Richard. Took a while to get to these questions. Lovely weather. Yes, it sure is. People come to our country and bring their problems. There's nothing to do in Canada. Yeah, they don't do that here. Not allowed to. Russia is you know, for Russians and people that want to respect Russian values. So come here, integrate, learn the language. I'm trying, before anybody points it out. I'm trying. But no, everybody speaks Russian here. You've got all different races, creeds, colours, blah, 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 but everybody speaks Russian because it's Russia. I miss the Russian banner in winter. It's amazing to jump into snow right after it and go. Yeah, so we jump in a swimming pool. So we're coming out of the sauna at the moment. We've only just completed our sauna, and I've got the last sauna video to upload where it's now finished. So we're using our sauna, and we're going straight out and jumping in the swimming pool, which is about 12 degrees at the moment. Chuffing cold. They even burnt the Canadian flag. Yeah. Is it a village or a town? What's the population? Oh, Matt Jones, that's a good question. I honestly don't know the population of here. I really don't. I should do, I suppose, but I don't. I'm going to say 30,000, maybe 20, 30,000. The thing is, towns out here, I'm comparing to the UK, a village here compared to a village in the UK, yeah, it's not even similar. It's a small town. Everything's much bigger in Russia. Everything, 66 times the size of the UK. To try and give you a perspective, if you're new to the channel, our region, which is Krasnodarsky Krai, is 76,000 square miles, or square kilometres, sorry. So the UK or England would fit in our region alone, and there's 90 odd regions in Russia. So I'll try and give you an idea of how big it is. Scarface, how you doing, mate? I'm doing pretty cool. Pretty good, my friend. Are you planning on to travel Russia? I'd love to travel Russia, but I haven't travelled our region yet. Been to Sochi. I want to go to Sochi. I want to go snowboarding and skiing. Oh, sorry, Mary. It's cold in... Yeah. Yeah, it will be. Mary, hi, I have to shakes as well. Trouble is, it's emphasised on a phone when you do this, That's why sailors moaning at me about the gimbal. I should really be using it. How do you get there from the UK? On a plane. Joe King, nice to see you. England is next to Russia. Not really, no. Yeah, no. About 2,500 kilometres away. How do you get there from the UK? So, Gatwick or Heathrow to Turkey to Sochi or Moscow. Or you can go through Serbia or through Belarus. Oh, there's loads of ways. Loads of ways. Beautiful neighbourhood. Thank you, Skynet. It is. It looks like there's heaps of young trees. Do you know how old the park is? I don't, I'm afraid. I don't know how old the park is. Right, so I caught up with the messages, so that's good. So now we can continue our wandering. So. Let's go. So if there's anything you want to know, anything you're curious about, let me know. So we've got a new church being constructed opposite. Or certainly an extension to the existing church. I'm not sure which. What I like about the playgrounds is that they're not, in general, they're not vandalised and smashed to bits. Set fire to. It's quite nice. Right, I'm just going to bother you with my microphone for a minute. Here we go. Sorry. So we've got a magnet up there, which is, as I say, a bit like a 7-Eleven or a Tesco's Express kind of thing. It's another large chain. The church looks pretty cool. can see the existing church behind. So I guess this is just an expansion of the existing church, or I'm not sure, maybe it's just a much bigger version. Car accessories and repairable bits. Flower shop. Get your flowers made up there. Little coffee shop. Got a few in our village. And another Petrushka. An apteka, which is a chemist or a pharmacy to my English speakers. And my favourite place. So I go here for Sauna. Little coffee shop. More fishes. Very big on fish out here, or certainly in this region. There's always somewhere to buy fresh fish. I'm just wondering which way to go back. So this is... I was going to show you the school, wasn't I? Yeah, let's go and wander up by the school. Or one of the schools. Across the road. Well, I'm going back to sleep. It's 4:50 a.m. I have to get up soon. Blimey. Okay, Mary. Any thoughts about the election result? Thoughts about the election result? I think it was almost inevitable, but you never know, given the stunts that have been pulled. I think Trump is the lesser of two evils. Kamala Harris really is just a name. If Kamala Harris had been voted in, the world would be continuing on the path that it is. At least with Trump, there's a possibility that that will change. But Harris would do absolutely nothing other than carry on the existing policies, despite all the claims. It was all lies. None of that would actually... You've got to remember that those particular politicians, most politicians, let's face it, are not interested in being held to account for what they say. So, where they used to be very deceitful and hide in the shadows, now they do it in plain sight. So, she came out, obviously knew that Biden policy was particularly unfavourable, so ran around copying Trump's policies effectively and saying what she thought people wanted to hear, because that's all they wanted to do was get her in. Once they got her in, you know, easy to manipulate and control. The last thing they wanted was Trump. So they were trying any stunt they could, and that involved barefaced lies. So thoughts on the election? Lesser of two evils. Neither of those candidates really are the right people to run the US. But one thing I will say, look in 4 years' time, could be JD Vance. Now, he don't look too bad. So let's see what happens. I know what would have happened if word salad had got in. It would have just carried on exactly how it is, further down the spiral of death and destruction. Maybe, just maybe, that will change a little bit with Trump. How do you get by as an English speaker? I can imagine many geezers speak English. Many geezers. Oh, bruv. I get by as an English speaker because I'm fortunate that my wife speaks English and obviously is fluent Russian, as she's Russian. And our daughter also is fluent in English and Russian, speaks English better than my wife does, speaks English better than I do, to be fair. So, you know, that's the bulk of my day. But things like today, if I want to go to the shop, I'll use Google Translate. Or we will use the age-old form of communication that all men use. This is universally accepted, and that is grunt and point. And all men are fluent in grunt and point, an occasional diagram drawing. So I can say hello and goodbye. I can say yes and no. I can count to 10-ish. So I know what the word is for beer, and I know what the word is for wine. My favourite food is called shawarma. I won't say it's my favourite, but certainly it's something that I can eat, you know, 2 or 3 times a week. So that's how I get by. Easy, isn't it? As long as you can say shawarma and beer. What else is there? I still didn't show you the school, did I? Too busy waffling. I'm not walking back there now. Anyhow, there's nothing to see. There's no kids in there because it's closed for refurbishment. Take my word for it. Didn't really want to walk back along the main road, but we'll probably have to. Right. Make better choices, Mary. Why? Matt Jones, yes, I'm new. Just come across you by accident. Easy, Tiger. This makes a refreshing change. A lot of rubbish on YouTube. Seeing a different place in the world. Thank you. You're absolutely welcome. That car almost ran you over. Well, I missed that. Or rather, it missed me. Be safe. I'll have a go. Fish. I love fish, but they are saying the mercury is getting out of hand. Righto. They? Who's they? Go to your source. Any information. Question everything, people. Everything. If you're told something in inverted commas or air quotes news, go to the source. Find the source of the information. 9 times out of 10 you won't be able to. Why is that? Because it's made up. Because it's rubbish. Because it's all lies. Mainstream media. Please tell me you don't watch that. So, what's that? I can't remember. Where am I? Might be the doctors. Might be the back of the doctors, actually. Local GPs. OT seems. Sorry, sailor. No idea. Please help us, Trump. Skynet. Funny thing, at one time, Kamala had the authority to lower gross. Kamala, let's look. What did she do while she had the opportunity to do it? Nothing. She made it worse. And then as soon as she was running for president, I'm going to change everything for the better. What do you mean you're going to change everything for the better? You were the part of the problem that made it worse in the first place. Before you were running for president, it was all brilliant policies and wonderful ideas. All of a sudden you're running for president and it's terrible ideas and you're going to make it better. Woman's an idiot. Just a puppet. Feel sorry for her. She's just a puppet. Hopefully she'll go off and do something meaningful with her life. Like raise a family, stay at home. Apart from the traffic, it seems very peaceful. Well, I'm on the main road and it is school time. So, yeah, there's a lot of traffic. I should be getting on with things, but I'm enjoying this walk very much. So I'll put my feet up with a coffee and walk with you. Thank you, Matt. I can see evil in the face. Yeah, it's just part of the evil cabal, let's face it. And I take mushrooms so I know aura. Good for you. Lovely timber fence. I missed that. This is lit. First time watching from Leicestershire. Good afternoon, sir, madam. Sir, madam. I'm not sure. Are you frowned upon for not speaking the language very well? No, I'm not. I'm not frowned upon at all. I'm trying. I'm learning. I'm learning with a lovely lady that I've partnered up with on my channel. So if you're looking to learn Russian, click on the link under the description. I'll tell you one thing they don't do out here, the kids don't do. I don't know if you still do in the UK. Probably not, because we've got mobile phones now and kids just bury themselves in electronics. But do you remember playing conkers when you were a kid? Chestnuts on string, smashing the hell out of them, whacking your knuckles. Great fun. Well, they don't do it out here. They've got no concept of it. So you get lots of conker trees. And we're out of conker season now, but in it, paths and the verges were littered with them. I remember back in my school days, conkers were like the prized possession. You'd never find one on the ground. You'd be too busy beating it off of a tree with a stick. Never get a chance to fall on the floor. Let's get away from the traffic for a bit, shall we? I don't like traffic. Gas pipe over the road. It's cool. Look at that, 100 metres off the road. Right, here's another clown. And gone. I don't bother entering in a conversation with a moron because they can barely string a sentence together, let alone have any capability of critical thought or have an objective opinion. So I don't bother. So they get their 30 seconds of fame, long enough until I delete them. All the fences are lovely. Loving this ramble. What ramble? Me walking or me talking? I do ramble on sometimes. There we go. So, as you can see, this is an unmade road. And this is very common out of the towns and the cities. In fact, even in the town, in Napa, once you come off the main road, a lot of the streets are like this. Unmade roads. They're just what we would call, I suppose, type 1 in the UK. Just this sort of affair. And, you know, maybe one day they'll get tarmacked, maybe they won't. But when new developments are built now, the price of those houses on those developments depends on the facilities. So, for example, our development comes with mains gas, electricity, mains water, and tarmac roads. But you can buy a plot of land on another development that might not have any of that. And obviously it reflects in the price. So this is how they are normally, look. And it's just completely normal. Mum's home, so the doggy's getting hungry. Lots of blocks. Nice property. See the grapevines in the roof? Got a lot of roof there. Got to remember it gets hot here in the summer, so people quite often will build a lot of shade. We went the other route. We built sun terraces, a swimming pool and lots of air conditioning. Again, this is really something you see quite a lot in rural Russia. Little bench outside a house. People, not so much now, certainly a few years ago, people would sit there, have a chat with a stranger, just take a pew. Why not? Do we do that in the West? Do we? Most people don't even talk to their neighbours, do they? Right. Harris free Trump. Coal is no whiter than soot. Or another one, horseradish is no sweeter than a radish. It's also a bugger to get rid of. Horseradish is evil stuff, isn't it? I love it, but dear. Pull up bar. Yeah. Oh, trust me, you will see. Something I haven't pointed out is lots and lots of gym equipment, outdoor gym equipment. Really common in Russia to have outdoor gym equipment. There's always somebody exercising. Let's call it that. I won't say working out. Exercising. Madame, thank you for clarifying that, because I'm a stupid idiot and can't read your name. And soaking in vinegar would make them stronger. Yeah, I've got a story about vinegar. So in the UK, vinegar it's just vinegar, isn't it? In different colours. You get malt vinegar and you get pickled vinegar, wine vinegar, not much else. One thing you don't really have is lots of different strengths. You just chuck it on your chips according to taste. It's different out here, as I found out to my cost. So we had some calcium build up around one of our taps, and I thought I'll get some vinegar to clean that off. So I went to the shop and bought some vinegar. Said vinegar on the bottle. Came home, the wife went, "Be careful, that it's quite strong." Didn't really register to me, that comment. Quite strong? What do you mean? It's vinegar. Battery says it's going low, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, like I say, it didn't really register to me. Quite strong. It's vinegar, isn't it? What's the problem? So I cleaned the tap. Cleaned the tap a treat. Got rid of all the calcium almost instantly. It's brilliant. 2 days later, all my skin fell off my fingers. Yeah. And they were bright red. Really, really sore. I think I lost about 3 layers of skin over the following week and a half. Just literally peeled off. Just fell off. Basically chemical burns. So yeah, the vinegar was quite strong. Turns out, in Russia, you get all different strengths of vinegar. Russians know that. Stupid English people don't. I'm just glad I didn't put it on my chips. I'll go back the way I came. Just get a rock, okay? My brother would challenge me to conkers just so he could wrap me out. Yeah, it was part of the fun, wasn't it? Used to try all sorts, didn't we? Baking your conker in the oven, soaking it in vinegar, as someone said. Trying all sorts of stunts. I think I pulled the best stunt at my school. I had a steel ball, so I put that on the screwlace first and then threaded the conker on it. And I don't know if you remember, you always had to show your conker to your opponent. And what kids used to do at my school was when you'd hold your conker up, they snatch it out your hand. So that played very well to my little trick. So I held the lace, obviously, with one hand, and then I held the steel ball with the other hand and just showed the conker in the middle on the lace. Always Bagsied first go. And they say, "Oh, why can't I see the whole thing hanging up?" I say, "Oh, because people try and nick it off you." So they'd hold their conker up and I'd smash it to pieces with my steel ball. It was great. Yeah. I thought it was great anyway. Lots of upset faces. People walking around, oh, this conker's won 100 matches. Of course it has, mate. Don't win against my steel ball, though. I'm a Cornish man living in Wales. Apart from other English people, many Welsh won't talk to you if you can't speak Welsh. Yeah, it's not true here. Russians don't talk to you because they keep themselves to themselves. So, you know, they'll walk past you in the streets. They're not going to walk up to you and say, hi, hello, how you doing? In fact, they'd probably look at you very strangely if you did. Probably think you're a bit of a nutter. So just going about their business. But if you stop somebody, you need some help, they'll help you. Look at that. Oh, a bit of gas pipe, look. Turned into a bench. Wonderful. WTF, I don't know. Loving the walk and the talking ramble, cool. Our back rows are not as washed out as this. It's just so beautiful there, it's fascinating. It is, Liz, honestly it is. I love the fact that, like I say, it's just so eclectic. There's just so much to see. Everything's different. Everywhere looks like, oh, what's in there? What's down there? What's that look like? It's like down here, it's a nice piece of land and it goes into an orchard. Whose is that? Don't know. Is it a path? Don't know. It's just interesting. And again, you don't know. You look at this house on the outside and you think, oh, blimey, that's in a bit of a state, you know, old shape. But it might be absolutely stunning inside. You just don't know. Lovely old gates, look. Don't know what's holding that wall back. Tiled on the outside. A little doll or something in the window. Awesome. Lots of wood. A lot of people will use wood in their banyas. They have log-fired banyas, as well as log fires and argas and stuff for cooking on and whatever. Like I say, Russians are the world's best recyclers. I really do. From what I've seen anyway. You know, nothing goes to waste, and somebody's obviously getting a drive, part of the construction of that house. That one's done. Nice. Skynet, by the walks it seems like an overall nice and developed neighbourhood and quite peaceful, no noisy neighbours. No. They look natural and chill. Back roads here are much worse. Where's here, Liz? What local property portals would you suggest, if any? Oh God. Oh, what is the name of the damn thing? I can't remember the name of it. It's something like Cyan or something, I think is a property place. You'd have to look. I just don't know is the honest answer. This house here is lovely. Big property. Big property. Nicely set back. That's, yeah, it's a nice size, that one. Yeah, nice, very nice. No sidewalks, safety alert. Don't need to worry about sidewalks because everybody that drives on the road, everybody that drives a car is mindful of pedestrians. So if a pedestrian, I tell you what, if you're a pedestrian, you get run over out here, whoever runs you over is going to be in a bad state, I would think. They're not going to be faring too well. Especially if you're on a pedestrian crossing. But no, there's just a lot more respect for people and their lives, Sailor. Nicer houses than here in most cases, much larger, lots more space. Yeah, that's the thing, there's a lot of space. Federico, whoa, Russians do have British accents, do they really? Are all the gas pipes above ground? Mostly. Our development, no, they're all underground. But ours is a new development. It's not actually my name. It's good health in Gaelic. Oh, wow, okay. I nearly said garlic, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Those are vodka pipes. Are they really? Really, sailor? You're starting to sound a little bit Western brainwashed. Come on, sailor, you know better. You got some hydrochloric vinegar, yeah. Crazy vinegar indeed. It was pretty, well, my fingers didn't enjoy it. Oh, bloody sore. Look at rainbow fence. Unlikely. And little and cute. Oh, Liz, thank you. I've been called lots of things. You didn't mean me, did you? Strong 40% vinegar for cleaning, not eating. Only available at cleaning depots or specialist services. Health and safety. Health and safety policy in Russia is the Darwin theory. If you're dumb and stupid and you do dumb, stupid shit, suffer the consequences, and then you won't do it again. Sit on the swing. Yeah, too late. Electric, yes. Good recyclers, or just very creative. Yeah. Avito, yeah, there you go. Avito is one, but I wouldn't say that's the best one. It's certainly a channel for looking at property, as well as 1,001 other things. I'm in Bungonia, Southeast Australia. Blimey, Bungonia. Australia's got some weird names. Just so beautiful and peaceful. Yeah, apart from the main road. See you around, mate. Nice to see human creativity in these neighbourhoods. Thank you. No, sailor, haha. How can one tell if he is brainwashed? Well, I think it's very easy. If you after all this time, after everything that's been happening in the world, I'm not talking about you personally, sailor, but you as a person, not you know what I mean. After all this time, if one is repeating a Western narrative, then you've got to say you're brainwashed, because given everything that's happened in the world, given all of the absolute lies that have been told about Russia, that have been debunked one after another, I would have thought that you're either living in a bubble and you're not looking to get a different opinion, you're just accepting what you're told because it's easy, or you're brainwashed. Life, hands, take, reassemble in the order you want, in, run. There we go. Nice weeping willow, look. So this is Soviet Skya Street. Lovely gates, look. Look at that. That's some blocking, isn't it? Lovely pattern. Couple of lions. Nice arches. See, grapevines. Everybody grows grapes, whether you want to or not, I think. Like I say, they grow like weeds. That big expanse of land out the back there. But that's the thing, you can drive around Russian villages. You know, people say, oh, is there any property for sale? Yeah. Where? Everywhere. You can drive around any village or town find stuff for sale because it's a big country. Walk faster. I've been walking miles, I can't walk faster. Is that a bridge? It was. Where's the river gone? Well, it's that time of year when weeds and everything grow. So in the middle of summer, all the weeds are obviously gone. Bungonia is the indigenous word for sandy creek that only flows when it rains. Huh. Is there a meaning to your village's name? No idea. Not a clue. Not something I can answer, I'm afraid. Most people are very nice, but where you ever you go, it's just cause the problems. Yeah, let's face it, and that's one of the things I love about Russia. They understand that, and the Russian people understand that. There are obviously exceptions to the rule. I can't speak for 147 million people. But certainly the Russians I've had a conversation with, when I've, you know, possibly for my own stupidity, felt uneasy or whatever, and think, oh God, you know, I'm an Englishman here. Their answer has always been the same. When I'm surprised you're not hostile towards me or you talk to me, and then go, why? What have you done to me? And that's what I love about this country, about the people in it. They are capable of critical thought, and they understand that just because a government is directing a country doesn't mean that's the will of the people. Look at Moldova. Here's a good example. Everybody in it wants one thing, but the manipulation comes from outside of the country with the diaspora. But no, Russians understand that governments make policy, not people. And some could argue that people pick governments, but how true is that nowadays? Did not see any for sale signs. No, you won't see for sale generally. Sometimes you'll see a phone number. I've seen a few. Sometimes you'll see a phone number in a window. Sometimes it'll say for sale. Sometimes it's with a local agent. Yada, yada, yada. When's your next tour? No idea. No idea, Matt. Just, like I say, random lives. Whenever the mood takes me, or whenever I'm trying to get out of work at home. The wife had that look in her eyes where she wanted me to dig. And sometimes I wonder if she wants me to dig my own grave. So she came at me with a shovel. And although I wasn't in fear of my life, I did figure that it would involve me digging. So here I am. Yes, I'm a work dodger, otherwise known as retired. But my wife never got the memo. I think you must have very clean brains. Okay. Thank you, I think. Good day to you, sir. How are things? Look nice and sunny day there. Lone Gamer UK, hi. It is. It is nice and sunny here. So, yeah, this was a building we walked past earlier. A house in mid-progress, maybe. Right on the main road. And workers halted for like I say, whatever reason. So recent law passed in Russia. I have a bench we're sitting on. Recent decree is that 600 metres is the minimum size of land if you're buying a property, or a new build anyway. None about old properties. Obviously you can't dictate an old property, it's all is what it is, but developers must offer their houses on 600 metres of land, which is a good thing. A couple of doggies and those lovely gates again. I'm wondering what flight to do on MSFS today, but with my old PC with low FPS, not easy. I have no clue what you're talking about, and I know it's game related. If you're talking about a flight simulator, fly to Sochi. Do that and then fly from Sochi to Moscow. There you go. Oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I was close, wasn't I? Yeah, do a flight from, where did we fly out from? I can't remember. Was it Stansted? Might have been Stansted. Yeah, fly from, was it Stansted? I don't know, but fly to Sochi. There you go. 600 metres minimum. Here it's 6 metres maximum. Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah. Welcome to the world of the postage stamp. Yeah, I know. The last time I was into gaming was when Gran Turismo first came out. How about that? And it broke the mould. It was a bit like the Honda Fireblade coming out. Broke the mould for sports bikes. And Gran Turismo just set the world alight, didn't it, on the PlayStation? And I went and bought a PlayStation just to play that game. And got buried into it. And then I think I moved on to a PC game called Age of Empires. I was addicted to that. And then it started getting stupid with an Age of Mythology upgrade where you could be a god and just nuke everything. It just became stupid. As most games are, really, let's face it. And then, yeah, life got in the way. Lots of projects. Clay pigeon shooting, bike racing, kickboxing, various things. How would you get from Sochi airport to Anapa? Right, well, believe it or not, there's an airport in Anapa. It's currently closed due to the current situation. But Anapa Airport was scheduled to become an international airport. So it's what you'd call a regional airport at the moment, so internal flight. But it was actually scheduled to be an international airport. And I'm sure that will be the case again one day. And certainly with the new town being built, that will be the case. Let me flip around again. There we go. So I'm going to lose battery soon, guys. So if I suddenly disappear, it's not because I'm bored of you. It's just my battery has said enough's enough. The south that goes down to Georgia. There's a nice coast either side. Yes. Yeah, so from us, as we head towards Crimea, you drive across a peninsula, effectively, and you have the Azov Sea on one side and the Black Sea on the other. That's really cool. Grand T, still going, but as an aging Brit, yeah. I tend to do slower paced games now. Yeah. Remember all those? Yeah, I was addicted to Age of Empires, I really was. Is it cheap to buy there? How much for the average house? Matt, I think if you look at my live, tell me what the average house is. I don't think there is any such thing here as the average house. No two houses are the same, so how would you pick an average? I don't know. But our house, if it was on the market, would be on the market for about £200,000. In total cadaster area is 250 square metres. That includes terraces and the garage. The actual house is about 140 square metres, something like that. And then we're on about 800 square metres of land. But that was a 4-bedroom house, but we changed it to a 3-bedroom house, just because that's what we needed. We don't need, in the UK, that's the last thing you do. Nobody would do that. In fact, you get a 4-bedroom house and try and work out how to turn it into a 5-bedroom house, wouldn't you? Just bring you back. But for us, we just wanted to make it a home, so we made a 4-bedroom into a 3-bedroom, which probably devalues it, but it's not really a factor. Not really of interest to us what it's worth. But it's probably about 20 million rubles, about 200 grand roughly. 800 square meters of land, sauna, shower rooms, ensuite bedrooms, swimming pool, etc, etc. So £200,000. Something like this, single story house here, will probably be half that. You're looking at probably 9 or 10 million rubles on probably 500 square meters of land. Again, 90 grand, 100 grand UK money. Again, I don't talk in US dollars, so you'll have to do the conversion yourself. But yeah, something like that is probably 90, 100 grand maybe. I think that one's been for sale for a long time, but it's kind of weird. It looks more like a village hall than a house. But it's been empty since we've been building, and that's 3 years. Thanks for the wander. Beach days. Are you close to the coast? Yes. About 15 kilometres as the crow flies. So yeah. Beach, yeah, we can go to the beach, have the dolphins swimming around our legs. 30 degrees the sea is at in the summer. Thanks for the stream. Ilya, you're welcome. Thanks for the wander. Eye-opening. Beautiful place. Thank you, Liz. Yes, Matt, it is. Have a good day. Scratch those vodka pipes. I'm not immune to occasional trolling. Gotta go. Thanks for this walk. Sailor, you're welcome. There come a time in your life where the past and values of no comfy home. Yeah, exactly. That's what we've done. We've made our house. Made our house somewhere we want to spend time in. How long have you lived there? So we moved here in May of last year, and we had 2 Christmases. Oh, I don't know. I guess we have. Yeah, I think we moved in. This will be our 2nd Christmas in our house. The wife had a flat here, so initially we moved into the flat and then moved into the house. Well, we were able to build the house whilst we were living in the flat, so we could come here and meet people. How long have you lived there? Yep. Oh, nice. 15 kilometres. That's close. I bet kids love the coast. Do you know, we love our house. That's the thing. What do kids love about coast? Love going for a swim, don't they? Hey, cat. That's one of them. Luna. Luna. Hey. What you doing? Oh, I wonder where the other gremlins are. So there's the garage bomb site. Let's have a little look. This is being painted. Sort of a terracotta colour. Looks a bit pink at the moment, I know, but it's just a trick of the light. And outdoor shower. Cold plunge and spa shower and sauna. There you go. Little sneak peek if you're new to watching the channel. Video will be up on it soon. Really appreciate the walk. We'll subscribe to catch the next one. Thank you, Matt. Wow, good on you. Thank you. Back to Cat City. Yeah. You'll have to do a tour of your house next. Well, if you check out my channel, there is lots of videos of the house under construction. Not so much in the early days, but in the latter stages. And there's an internal video, an external video. Nice, thank you, Ilya. Proud of you making a nice home for you and the family. Well done. I guess it takes time to get things to... Yes. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a lot of land. By UK standards, and the wife is the green-fingered one. I really am not. Let's see if I can give you a quick look at the view before the battery goes and the sun goes down. Let's take you upstairs. Again, stairs are a work in progress. Again, people regular at my channel will be laughing at this point, because these have been a work in progress for about a year. But, you know, you can't rush these things. So this is their bedroom terrace, and then this is the master terrace, the main terrace, if you like. And this is our views, which is why we built terraces. And the sun goes down over here, so we quite often sit out here with a glass of wine, watch the sun go down. Still got building materials here. Oh, and a wife, look. Hi, wife. I'll be with you in a sec. See, I'll come home to work. Wow, very nice. Thank you, Matt. But the journey is part of the fun in life, don't forget. It is, yeah. And the swimming pool with its winter coat on. And the cat house in the plum tree. Luna, you're following me for a change. Unusual. Imagine leaving your garage door open in England, you'd be robbed. No, not here. No chance. I leave... The amount of times I've driven the car into a napper and left it parked unlocked. I've left my phone on the dashboard, I've left my wallet on the seat, I've done all sorts of stupid things. Yeah. It's just a different world, mate. It really is. Beautiful home, thank you. Yeah, the terraces are lovely. And the thing is that we've built them like this, or spec'd them like this. We didn't build them. And we've got obviously the downstairs one as well. So you're going to have breakfast down there in the morning, or here outside the bedroom. We've got tables and chairs and everything, but the terrace has just been redone because it was leaking. So the developer has just said, no, rip it all off. So they had the whole thing off, and it's all been redone. So it's still being finished at the moment. It's not actually finished, as you can see. But yeah, we've got furniture and stuff, so we can sort of sit in different places during the day, depending on where the sun is. And in the middle of summer, you're not going to be sitting here during the day, because in 38 degrees in direct sunlight, where the sun will be up there in the blue stuff, obviously. Yeah, it's just too hot. You need to be looking for shade or aircon. So we have the patio, we have umbrellas, etc. up, and in and out of the swimming pool, obviously. Lovely terrace, yeah, thank you. Need some pants. Well, they're all put away for the winter now. They were out, but we're into November now, so everything's sort of packed away. This is the pool room. And we got 11.6 degrees. Oh, and a froggy, look. Come here, you. Oh. What are you doing in there, Mush? That's the swimming pool room. You don't want to be in there. Oh, froggy. We like froggies. There he goes. Hop it. Come on. On your way. Wasn't expecting a froggy in the pool room, but see a lot of frogs around here. Top G, nice, thank you. Of course, nice planting going on there. Be some nice greenery and trees and bushes. Yeah, it's a work in progress. My wife knows all about it. For me, it's just green stuff. As I say many times, I don't really understand. I think that's a fir tree thing. And this is onion, apparently. It smells like onion, to be fair, so it probably is. Mulberry tree's looking a bit wilted. Probably needs covering up for winter. Don't know. But one day we'll have all of this building material out. One day. Oh, there's another cat. Rosy cat. So that used to look like this. Almost like a bit of coral. Nice round shape. But the cats think it's a really good idea to play UFC in it. Ultimate Fighting Cat. So that's how it's ended up. 3 times bigger than it should be. And in the summer, they used to play UFC on the drain cover there. Bless them. That frog didn't look happy at all. No, I think he was quite happy in my pool room. I don't know how he got in there, to be honest. Because the door shuts pretty close to the ground. Mind you, it's a froggy. They can get through all sorts of gaps, can't they? I'm renovating my house at the moment. 8-bedroom, blimey. But barely anywhere outdoor space, unfortunately. Turn it into 7-bedroom. Sizable, that is. I'm useless at any gardening. My aunt is the specialist there. But as I get older, I do like nature. Gardens, they're nice. Yeah, I'm the same. Crap at gardening. Have to put some nettings or guards up. Yeah, well, like I say, that door fits very close to the ground, so I don't know how the old froggy got in there. But he did. Never mind. Shut the control panel. Pump's all right. Oh, I can open the sump up now. Reminds me. Get the sump open. It's a saltwater pool we have. Right, I'm going to take the external mic off now. There. The audio's changed, I'm sure. Oh, hello. Cats. Little strainer in there or something found on the garden. Barbecue, won't be doing any of that for a bit. Just a cheapy barbecue. We're going to build something one day. Going to cut the grass one day. Who's screaming? Right. That's one of the idiots gone in the pool room. Yep. Well, that'll learn you. Don't go in there. Come on in. Come on, out. Bloody fool. It's not a place for cats. He was nearly stuck in there. Come on, Luna. Oh, Froggy. Yeah, Froggy's still there, look. What are we going to do with you, Froggy? Let's put you somewhere, don't we? You look very cold, very tired and lethargic. Probably need warming up a bit so you can hop off. Don't worry about the cats with them, because the cats don't take any notice of them, to be honest. Let's put him, I'll put him under the leaves here. Get under there, look. Get under there. Go that way. Looks cool. Rosie looks at them. She ain't eaten one yet. Give me that bit of string back. Thank you. Do something useful like cut the grass. Make dinner. Right guys, I'm taking you on a nice walk. If you want to have a look around the Russian village, if you just joined the stream, please, you can either, I think you've got to wait till tomorrow, haven't you? And it turns into a video. So yeah, have a look tomorrow. Go back to the beginning, fast forward it, ignore what I'm saying. But you've just had a little wander around the Russian village. So if you've been with me from the beginning, you're hardcore, well done. If you've just joined, I'm sorry, but my battery's about to die. And the wife is waiting for me to do some work as well, so I better go. Let's answer your questions and get up to date before I go. Build a brick oven, I'm guessing, for 5 pieces. Yeah, it's another plan. I've got lots of plans. For the same amount of money in the UK, you could get less than half of what you showed when you mentioned the price of homes. Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah, I mean, this house in my town in a particular area would be very close to £1 million. Which, yeah, it's ridiculous. He'd probably chase the mouse in there. Needs a stream and a pond. I want to build a grotto kind of thing here with a big slide going into the pool, but then I plan to make a slide from the top terrace, because I thought it'd be really cool to come out in the morning, have a coffee on the balcony and then slide straight into the pool in the summer. I thought that'd be great. The wife thinks I'm an idiot. I don't know why. Thank you, you're welcome. I'll go back and watch some as I missed it. Some views, yeah, cool. Take care and have a good day, sir. Thank you, same to you. Me too, my wife just walked in and looking at me. I need to go and do some work. Yeah, I think we all need to. Been on for a while. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed some of the sights. Thank you very much for joining me on my stroll. Please subscribe to the channel. Please have a look at some of the videos. And if you've got any questions about Russia, please join my Telegram group, The Plastic Russian on Telegram. Join the chat. It's very active. It's got a lot of good people in it. And we'll see if we can answer your questions. But in the meantime, thanks very much. And as I always say, oh, Rogue, just woke up. Yeah, I'm just going. As I always say at this point, I'll see you in the next one.